Hi, I'm Jim Suttie, and I'm here at the back of the range at Cog Hill Golf and Country Club, where we're going to talk about a pitch and run shot. This is a shot that many amateurs have a lot of problems with, and I'm going to kind of show you why. First of all, the shot entails this. The blue flag, it's about 50 yards away. I have to get the ball on the green and run it most of the way. So my club selection is going to be probably a pitching wedge or a 9-iron. Here I have a pitching wedge. Let me kind of show you what the average amateur does first. The average amateur will set up to the ball reasonably well and take it back, maybe with no wrist cock, and then try to throw the hands at it a little bit, or get a little wristy like this, or try to scoop it up. And what we want you to do is this. We want you to play it back kind of off your right foot, lean the shaft forward like that, set into your left side like that. On your backswing, you might have a little bit more wrist set than you have with a lot of shots, and as you come through, you're going to see the hand ahead of the club head, which allows me to stop and have a nice flat left wrist right here.
The Village Links of Glen Ellyn has played an important role in DuPage County since its opening back in 1967. The 27-hole facility has undergone a number of improvements over the years, but the one constant has been the presence of the Pekarek brothers. Matt Pekarek's been at Village Links from the very beginning, accepting the first ever reservation at the course. The weekend greens fee 45 years ago was a mere $5.
It was the first 18-hole publicly owned golf course in DuPage County. There were a couple of other munis that had opened, but they were all pre-World War II, and this was a new type of design. It had innovative things like irrigated fairways and sand bunkers and water hazards and rough, and public golf courses in general didn't have that.
Chris Pekarek is the superintendent of the 27-hole facility. He started there 2 seasons later in 1969. With a crew of 20 covering some 240 acres, he's cultivated this once wide-open field into a lush, plush golfing playground.
Over the years, we developed the property so it had a natural look to it. Planted around 4,000 trees in the last 20-some years, and thousands of shrubs, and set about 40 acres aside for woodlands, prairie, and wetlands. And it's just a whole different tone, and our goal years ago was to have it look like the links was carved out of a natural property. And we're getting there. It's got a number of years to go, but it's certainly an improvement from the Spartan look of the past years.
The 9-hole layout's a fun, sporty track that appeals to all players. If you want more of a challenge, then the 7,200 18-hole course is for you. That's played host to numerous Western Open and U.S. Open qualifiers. The grounds here are pure, pleasant, and easy on the eyes. The Village Links is more than just golf, though. It's the centerpiece for the town of Glen Ellyn.
It's just a pleasure. I try and get out here 2-3 times a week. They treat the residents very well from a cost point of view, and it's just it's a social event. You'll see people out here eating dinner on Friday nights, and yeah, it's just a center for anybody that loves golf.
There are projects aplenty at any golf course. Right now, Chris Pekarek is busy preparing a new practice green. But for the Pekarek brothers, the Village Links is a labor of love.
All golf courses are great places to be. I think it's a privilege to be on any golf course. I really do. There's no secret to what we do. There really isn't anything that's that difficult. It's just a lot of steps. And once you know the steps, you just try to perform them, work with Mother Nature at the curves that are thrown at you.
Matt Pekarek took over as general manager back in 1984. He's encountered plenty of hurdles over the years, but is grateful to see what Village Links has become.
About probably 10 days a year, I really value coming here. You know, especially I'll say, okay, I'm going to pull in and I'm just going to take in how neat it is. And you know, that's a special feeling. You see people, customers are having fun, the property's beautiful, nice sunny day like this. And that's a real plus of working at a golf course like this.
We'd be remiss if we didn't mention Ed Posh. He was the Village Link's very first head pro and can still be seen frequently at the course. This just in, the Champions Tour will be back in Chicago in 2013. The Encompass Championship will feature a Pro-Am format at the North Shore Country Club in Glenview. 4 of the best players on the over 50 set recently came to the Windy City to spread the word on this brand new tournament.
Chicago, in my book, has always been a great place to play. It's a great sports town, it's a great city, but selfishly, I've had great success here in Chicago. I'm delighted we're back, but I think on the bigger picture is to Encompass, for Encompass to bring us back to North Shore. That's a great ingredient, I think, for a super tournament to come about next June.
We're very excited. The guys on tour always would say to me, hey, why aren't we in Chicago? Why aren't we in Chicago? Well, now we can say we are, and at a wonderful golf course, North Shore, Allison Colt design. It's going to be spectacular.
North Shore hosted the best young players in the world in the Western Amateur Championship in 2011. The traditional Midwest layout, which opened in 1924, held its own in the event, and it should be no different next year.
It's maintained its tradition, haven't changed it a whole lot, and it's groomed so well. I mean, you can cut the greens down today and play a U.S. Open there. They're so well maintained. And I don't know what it is about the greens, but they get them fast. And, you know, in the old style, they have a lot of undulation. And so it's the subtleties that make it great.
It's a great spectator course. That's, I think, a great advantage in addition to being a true test. There's easy access to every hole by spectators. The greens have a lot of space around them for viewing of the course. So I think it'll give all of the spectators who come a great opportunity to see some of the great players in golf out there.
A couple of those great players who will be Champions Tour rookies next year will be Vijay Singh and Colin Montgomery. Coming up next, we'll take you to a unique course on United States Army land. Stay with us.